10 questions to ask a healthcare franchise owner. One of the most valuable research components will be interviewing healthcare franchise owners. After the franchise company completely explains their business model to you, they will invite you to speak with the franchise owners. This is the most important part of your franchise research. The franchise owners have nothing to gain by speaking anything other than truthful answers to your questions. In fact, the busy franchise owner will have to take time out of his busy schedule to answer your questions. This process is known as validation. Validation refers to interviewing franchisees who have bought into a healthcare franchise. It is during the validation process that you gain the most insight into whether a particular healthcare franchise opportunity is right for you. Information. You may choose to ask the franchisor for assistance in finding franchisees to speak to. However, it is strongly recommended that you seek out franchisees on your own. The key to getting the most out of your conversation is to prepare a list of questions. In doing so, identify your goals. Is it important to learn about the day-to-day routine? About the experience with employees or customers? Perhaps understanding the role of the franchisor is necessary for helping you make a decision. These franchisees are busy, and you must be respectful of their time. You may not get to all of your questions, so it is important to prioritize them. Every healthcare franchise system will run the gamut of franchisees. High performers, those that are struggling, and everything in between. Work to speak to franchisees that represent each type. Take the criticism you hear from one franchisee and ask the next about it. The more franchisees you speak with, the better a snapshot you will have. Top 10 questions to ask when interviewing franchisees. 1. What has been the most rewarding part of being a franchisee? What has been the most unexpected struggle? 2. What were you doing prior to being a franchisee? Understanding a franchisee's background may offer insight into what personality type and what skill sets align with the healthcare franchise opportunity. 3. Was the training and assistance in opening your location provided by the franchisor adequate? What could they have done better? 4. How has the franchisor's support been since you have been open for business? 5. Is the franchisor accessible when you need them to be? 6. How many hours a week do you work? 7. What assistance does the franchisor provide with marketing? 8. Are you happy with the financial returns to date? Do you feel you are on your way to meeting all of your financial goals? Your gut says to start out the conversation with, "How much do you make?" Don't. That's a very personal question, and one many franchisees may not be comfortable answering. Simply asking how happy the franchisee is with their financial performance will say a great deal. If they are not happy, what do they attribute that to? Do they see themselves overcoming current challenges and ultimately hitting their goals? Who knows, you may find a franchisee or two who is very open with their financials and willing to share any and all details. However, you won't find such a franchisee if one of the first questions you ask is about money. Establish a rapport first. Make sure this question comes later in your conversation. 9. Do you have any advice for me as I continue with the exploration process? 10. If you had to do it all over, would you make the investment again?